right, guys, before we do the technique, all right, we have a very special announcement. Mr. Lau is here, and he came specifically to congratulate his coach on a good new year. Mr. Lau, I'm ready for you.
I got it.
Thank you so much. Subu, what do you have to say for yourself? For 8 years, this man has been promising
Happy
something.
New Year!
For 8 years, he's been promising me. Haven't had one of these in 8 years. Just want to make sure it's on camera. Suhu, come on, you're okay today. All right, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna suffer today. Come on, come on, come on.
What?
You're gonna suffer. Come on. All right, so Jackson's gonna be here, guys. Really quickly, we're gonna do a 2-part series. Number 1, how to do the chair set, and then number 2, how to escape the chair set. Okay, so Jackson's gonna be on the side. So, guys, a very common scenario is gonna be when you find yourself on the side of your training partner, and they're in this position here. They're neither on their back turning into you, but they're also not in turtle either. There's many situations that can happen. Maybe I did a mat return on Jackson, I ended up here. Maybe I did a leg drag past his guard. Maybe while I'm going to side control, he decided to escape. Many of those situations. Guys, here, what I need to do is I need to make sure that my chest stays flush to their back, all right? So I don't want to have my chest high because now they can turn into me. Or I don't want to have like be too low, they can start to run away, right? So I want to be just like nice and snug right on the side of their back. Now I'm going to have a seatbelt, and very important, even the more experienced students mess this piece up. The hand that's underneath the neck is the one that's making a fist, and I'm reinforcing my fist. I want to hide my choking hand as opposed to grabbing like this. For sure, you can take the back with a gable grip. You can do so many different things, but again, I want to hide my choking hand most of the time, so I want to do just like this, right? Now, I want to keep my chest on his back. The biggest error is people put their knee into the center of the spine here, all right? So you don't want to do that. So you want to bring your knee as a pillow underneath their neck, and then you want to sit onto that hip, making yourself very small. My head is going to be close to Jackson's, and now my right leg in this instance becomes very light. You see that? Because all the weight is on my left side, right? So now I don't have to do this big step. A lot of students, they stay on their shin, and then this ends up happening. And there's a humongous gap, and then in that gap, he's going to be able to turn into me, he's going to be able to trap my leg, etc., right? So what I want to do is, I want to stay nice and small, and I want to be able to pass my foot effortlessly. Even if Jackson is covering up and bringing his knee and his elbow together, I can still a lot of times find my heel right into that little spot. Now as I'm going to fall, I'm going to kick my leg through, and I'm going to do a little adjustment on the landing. I'm going to adjust my chest perfectly to his back. From here, he may be covering up on the second leg. I'm going to cross my feet, open him up, and I'm going to put my second hook in. That's it. All right, so all we're going to do, just practice this chair set motion. All right, so full speed, it looks like this. All right, so let's drill this a bunch of times, get this down, and then more importantly, we're gonna see how to defend against it. Cool? Let's go. All right, guys, so this move is a prerequisite for everybody to know, and it's so simple, but it's like a sure way to take someone's back anytime the person is on their side, right? So now, more importantly, we're gonna see how to escape against it, okay? Because again, everyone knows how to do it, and everyone is gonna be using it to take our back in some way, right? So I have Jackson here. So first thing is first, guys, when I'm here, Jackson does not have the ability to cut off this carotid, all right? So at this moment, I don't really have too much danger of being caught in a rear naked choke. So for that reason, you don't have to hand fight here yet, okay? It's gonna come later. If your hands are too close, what Jackson can do is get a Kimura grip, and now your life is gonna become a lot harder, all right? But again, your hand is not needed to be in this space yet, okay? Now, from here, I'm defending myself. If he tries to go for a Kimura grip, I'm simply gonna take my hand out. If he is too stubborn and now he keeps chasing the Kimura grip and it's not there, I can even use that against him and then look to regard against him later, all right? But he knows he doesn't need the Kimura grip to take my back, so he's gonna take it with the standard seat back, all right? So he's gonna sit and he's gonna go here, pause. Soon as we're here, my escape starts now. What I need to do is I need to bring my heels into my butt like this, and now he wants to take me that way to put the bottom hook in, to turn this into his bottom hook. So as he does that, go ahead, I'm gonna bridge, and I'm gonna deny him the ability to do that, and I'm gonna pin this bottom leg. Guys, as soon as we're here, I'm gonna start to look at my training partner, and this hand, that one that's closer to them, I'm gonna start to strike, and I'm gonna bring it in front of them, all right? It's not gonna be too difficult to achieve. Now we're gonna talk about 2 situations here, guys, all right? Number 1 is I'm gonna bring my 3 actually. Number 1, before I'm even doing this, if Jackson just tries to stay here, all right, or if I'm very explosive, what I can do is I can bridge into him, and now I can turn this into a top close guard. Like for Chris, for some others, this could be very realistic, all right? But what if he's faster, more explosive, more athletic than me? He's gonna start to build a base. So I'm gonna frame, I'm gonna bring my thumb into that spot, I'm gonna escape my hip, and I'm gonna turn that into a single leg X guard, all right? So a really nice way to go from defense straight into offense, all right? So again, once more. So I'm here, All right, he steps over me. All right, escape starts now. As he takes me that way, Lerod, I deny him the opportunity and I bridge over to the opposite side. I look at him, I start to bring my elbow onto the floor, thumb goes into that little spot, and as he comes on top of me, I face him, and then I fire off my single leg X, and then from here, I can look to go into whatever attacks and whatever sequences I want to go into. All right, guys, part 3 is going to be for people that have like a wrestling base, all right? Or if you want to go straight onto the offense. It can be good for Juan, for Lerod, for many others, right? So I'm here, all right, he does the same exact thing, all right? He steps over, he goes, I bridge. Everything is gonna be the same. I do my elbow strike, this time, pause. This time, instead of bringing this hand in, the arm that's closest to him, I'm gonna hide my watch underneath his knee, just like that. This arm stays close to my body. Now, I know he's gonna come up, right? He's gonna come up, I'm gonna punch this all the way through, and I'm gonna take my head out, immediately going to his ankle, pulling it, and shelving his leg, and going to his hips right away, all right? Now it depends. If he tries to run away from me, I'm gonna chase him, and I'm gonna start to go towards his back. If he faces towards me in whizzers, don't sit yet, stay on that knee. He turns in whizzers, and we have to have like a wrestling exchange. I'm gonna go around this hip, bring my hips above his, run him down. Maybe I'm gonna go to handcuffs, and maybe now I can reverse that whole process and maybe even take his back. All right, so I went from having my back taken to being able to take his back. So last time, so once I'm here, all right, I bridge, I palm strike, I bring this wrist. Lerod, memorize this. I'm looking in the same direction as him. As he comes up, I'm not going into him. I'm going in the same direction, punching this above my head, grabbing his ankle immediately, pulling his ankle onto my hip bone, and then going towards his hips, and then looking to go into my offense now. All right? So it just depends on your style, depends on your personality. Like I would choose a single leg X. Other people could choose that wrestling kind of counter. Others that are more explosive, maybe like go straight into close guard top, and then look to stand up and pass from there. Cool? Let's go, guys.